Well, it's FA Cup weekend and 3 games start today on Friday and then the rest tomorrow, which is Saturday. We'll be predicting all of the Isthmian teams in the FA Cup, starting with the game on Friday, the only game with an Isthmian team in it. And it is Averley versus Hashtag in the first qualifying round. Averley at home, however, both Averley and Hashtag play at the same stadium. My prediction for this match, Averley 2, Hashtag 0. Averley are currently 10th in the league, or Hashtag are 17th. So, as I said, my prediction, Averley 2, Hashtag 2. Well, the next game then, St Albans are away from home against Aylesbury Vale, and St Albans, as you just saw there, are sat in 16th place. When it gets to the higher up rounds, where they play teams from National South and National League, it will be less teams I'm predicting to win. But if you're coming up against Aylesbury Vale, you're not really going to be able to predict them that well, especially when they lost 3-0 to Bognor Regis last time. So my prediction is St Albans 5, Aylesbury Vale 0. Billericay are at home to Barton. Billericay are sat in 11th place. Barton, their last FA Cup game, they went on a bit of a run up until the fourth qualifying round where they lost one. Oh no, that's the FA Trophy, sorry. But they still had a bit of a run up until the third qualifying round where they lost 3-1 to Biggleswade Town. But yeah, my prediction for this game is Billericay 3, Barton 0. Brentwood are at home up against Leighton Town. Now, Brentwood are currently top of the Isthmian Prem, and Brentwood Town last time out in the FA Cup, they didn't get to the qualification rounds. They got knocked out in the preliminary round. Last time they were in a qualification round was in 2023, where they lost 6-1 to Cambridge City. So I'm predicting Brentwood to win 3-0 at home. Now, another matchup of teams in the Isthmian Prem. Carshalton, set in 14th, are up against Wingate and Finchley, who are sat in 21st. If we look at a head-to-head game, it was a 2-1 win for Wingate at home, but going to Carshalton, 3-2 win for Carshalton. One Isthmian team has to get knocked out, and Carshalton are doing all right. Wingate haven't got a win yet, so I'm saying Carshalton are going to win this game 2-0. Chatham are at home against Marlow, and last time out in the FA Cup, Marlow they're in the Southern Premier League South. Let's see where they are in the league. They are bottom. Oh no, that was last season. So they got relegated last season. Last time in the FA Cup, it's not actually going to show, but they got knocked out by Dartford in the first qualifying round. Chatham are sat in 6th place, and I think this is where Marlow get knocked out again, 4-1 by Chatham. Cheshunt, who are currently 3rd in the Isthmian Prem, are up against Leiston. Now, Leiston are in the Southern League Premier Central, and they are currently sat in 8th place, 8 points from 5 games. They've won 2 of their last games as well, to be fair to them. But Cheshunt have also won 2 of their last games, and Cheshunt, I feel like, are the better team. But I'm going to give Leiston a draw here, 1-1, and I think they're going to take it to their home for a replay. Cray Wanderers are sat in 8th place and they host Hanwell Town. Now, Hanwell are in the Southern League Premier South and they are sat in 11th place. They've won 2 games this season against Walton and Hersham and Yate Town. Cray Wanderers, as I said, were, I think, 8th. But have they met up with anything we can see in 2022? Hanwell actually beat Cray 3-1 in the FA Trophy qualification. But I think times have changed. Cray are doing well this season. My prediction, Cray Wanderers 2, Hanwell 1. Dulwich lost their first game of the season and conceded their first goal against Whitehawk, 1-0. They play Whitstable Town at home. Dulwich are currently 2nd. Whitstable Town in the FA Cup last year didn't actually get into the qualification rounds, but the year before they did, they got knocked out at this stage by Wingate and Finchley 3-2. My prediction for this game, Dulwich Hamlet 2, Whitstable Town 0. Lewis are sat in 4th place in the Isthmian Prem and they travel to Flackwell. Flackwell in the FA Cup 2 years ago got knocked out at this stage 2-1 by Farnham Town. My prediction for this game is Flackwell 1, Lewis 2. Now Chichester, they host a team that got relegated from the National North 2 years ago with Dartford, who are currently sat in 17th place in the Southern League Premier South. Chichester are sat in 9th place. Head-to-heads, they've only had 1 match, and as a club friendly, it was a 1-1 draw. My prediction for this game is Havant and Waterlooville 2, Chichester City 2. Now, Whitehawk are travelling this weekend to Hayes and Yeading. And Hayes and Yeading in the FA Cup last year, they drew 0-0 with Margate at this stage, but then lost 3-1 in the replay. Whitehawk are sat in 7th place. My prediction, Hayes and Yeading 0, Whitehawk 3. Canvey Island are sat bottom of the Isthmian Prem and they travel to Malden and Tiptree. Malden and Tiptree, they haven't got to this stage of the FA Cup since 2023 where they lost 8-0 to Biggleswade FC. My prediction for this game is, you know what? I'm going to give an opposition a chance. I'm going to say 0-0 because Canvey haven't looked strong this season. So I'm going to give them 0-0 and a replay. Potter's Bar in the relegation zone in 20th place hosts Hitchin. And Hitchin got relegated from the Southern League Premier Central last season. Won't show us the FA Cup. My prediction for this game, Potter's Bar 1, Hitchin 0. And now Ramsgate host Cray Valley. Last time these two played each other was a 4-1 win for Cray Valley. Ramsgate, off the back of a 4-4 draw with Dartford, are sat in 19th, whilst Cray Valley, after a win, are sat in 13th. My prediction for this game is Ramsgate 2, Cray Valley 3. Now, Welling are away to Uxbridge. Welling are sat in a relegation zone of the Isthmian Prem. Uxbridge are sat 10th in the Southern League Premier South. My prediction for this game, you know what? Let's do it. Uxbridge 1, Welling 0. And Burgess Hill, the final 3 o'clock kickoff game on Saturday. Oh, maybe not. Let's come back to them. Dartford then. Dartford are a 6:30 kickoff match tomorrow against Bracknell. Bracknell are in the Southern League Premier South and sit in 15th place. Dartford, we are sat in 15th. my prediction is Bracknell 0, Dartford 3. And then finally, Burgess Hill away to Wokingham. They've got nothing there. But I'm going to give Burgess Hill this win, who are sat in 12th. I'm going to give the win to Burgess Hill 3-1. So that is the FA Cup Isthmian teams. I'm just going to check. Yeah, there's only 2 games on the 31st, which is weird. But that is the Isthmian Premier League FA Cup first round qualifying prediction, as Aveleaders hashtag has already got underway. See me later for the matchday vlog, Ramsgate Dartford, that will be coming out soon, and then so will the FA Cup game, Bracknell vs Dartford. Come on, you Darts.